Hey guys, Jess here to talk to you about your Road Warriors programming for Thursday, June the 4th already. Wow, already 4 days into June. Um, Today we have some interval-based work, a little mixed modality, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, we've got your little joint prep work. We're going to start with a shin box flow. So for that, we're coming down to the floor, feet wider than shoulder width apart, and you guys might just have to move around and adjust to see what feels good for you. We're going to look to bring both knees towards the floor, holding for a count or two, maybe trying to see if you can't keep that glute that is on your outside foot down. So if you're just kind of popping it all, if it's popping all the way up, then try to glue it down, square your hips a little bit more as you come through. Come back to center, pass through, and back. So we're looking for 5 of these each direction. If you're feeling good and comfortable, you might be able to bring your hands forward and do a little shift kind of that way as well. So just start to warm up your hips or get your joints a little loose and ready for your work today. Then, when we're done with that, you're going to get into 5 of these bear plank shifts, calling them bear plank shifts into a shin stretch. So first we'll establish a bear plank position. So from this, hands are going to be right underneath the shoulders. Toes are going to be tucked under here, knees underneath the hips. So the first thing I like to do is just kind of shift back. If you are doing this without shoes on, then you can try to spread your toes apart and even dig in your pinky toes too to try to get a stretch through that full foot. Then you're going to shift forward just to flip your feet down so that the top of your feet come down, and then you'll sink back onto that so that can get a little shin stretch. You can even sit up tall here to a kneeling position, and then you'll shift forward, tuck your toes back under, and sink back. Again, here you can come up to a kneeling position. From the side here, again, I'm flipping my toes, top of my feet down, sinking back here, holding for a beat, coming back forward, tucking toes under, sinking back. You might even elevate your knees a little bit if you want to get a little bit more. You can definitely come into a little kind of froggy squat here too as you shift forward. So play around there. Again, find kind of what you need, what you feel you need there. And then when you're done with that, we're just going to take it into a 30-second down dog calf march. So down dog hold. From your down dog, pike your hips up. Then you can alternate which heel you come down, or I might just suggest trying to get both heels down. Stay active through your shoulders though, so push through your hands, maybe try to get your head through as well here. So we're looking for 30 seconds. That is your little joint prep warm up. At least one time through that, but if you have time, I would definitely encourage a second round. It does a body good. Definitely better than milk. All right. After that, your proper warm up today. So I'm looking for 3 rounds today of your warm up. We're doing 5 each, lateral lunge with a thoracic rotation. So I'm going to step to one side and I'm going to step out into my lateral lunge. And as I do this, then I'm going to bring my opposite hand towards that foot and then reach, pause for a count, and then come back to center. Now, if you don't want to make these dynamic, you can keep your legs wide and just kind of go into, I guess, what we would call a Cossack squat. But if you want to make it dynamic, you can definitely keep stepping that foot in and out. So your choice here. But I'm going to look to do 5 on one side. You can alternate, or you can do all 5 on one and then all 5 on the other. So the goal is 10 each side. From there, we're going to take it into 5 each windmill. So a little bit more kind of hinging and now getting a little bit more kind of rotation happening as well. So taking a stance probably about shoulder width here. I like to angle the front foot out just a little bit. We're just going to do these at body weight, so no need to load anything up. But we're going to hinge and kind of bump that hip out to the side. Depending on flexibility, front leg might stay straight, or you might have to bend it a bit as you come down. That's fine, right? But there's a little bit of a rotation that happens here. Eyes are up towards this front hand. Or this top hand as you come through. So we're coming 5 on these, and then we'll switch. So I'll just show you from the side here too, so that instead of hip going forward, I'm bumping it out to the side, bump it down, and then down and up. All right, and then finally we've got bear plank shoulder taps. So returning back to this bear plank position. This time we're going to keep our toes tucked under, and then we're going to come up to lift our knees off. You might need to widen your feet just a little bit, and then we're going to take it into a shoulder tap. So our goal is to try to keep our midline stable and avoid a whole lot of rock that happens or knees coming up too high. If that's too much of a challenge, just take it into a regular shoulder tap, meaning that your legs would come out straight here, and then actually widen out my feet, and then take it into that shoulder tap that way. Right? So that's your warm up today. Again, it's going to be 3 rounds of 5 each of the lateral lunge with the thoracic rotation. Then we're going to be doing 5 each windmills, and then 20 of those bear plank shoulder taps. For your work today, our running work, we've got interval work today, and we are going kind of EMOM style every 4 minutes for a total of 5 sets. You're going through 10 air squats, 20 mountain climbers, and then a 200-meter run. So for the air squats, key points of performance: feet shoulder width apart, full depth on your squat, full stand at the top, right? So from the side, full depth, and make sure you stand all the way, hips fully extended at the top. It's easy, especially we've just got 10, you're looking to move fast to kind of finish here, so make sure you squeeze your butt all the way at the top of those squats. For the mountain climbers, these are from a tall plank position. We're just looking to bring knees up towards the chest, but of course in a faster fashion, so quickly here, right? So 20 of them, so it would be 10 each leg. Those will go through pretty quickly, right? So the intended stimulus here is fast intervals. So 10 squats, 20 mountain climbers, and then a 200-meter run. The 200 meters about the distance of, almost the distance of one block if you're going east to west here in Park Slope. Now you're doing 5 sets total every minute. You were doing, 5 sets total every minute on the minute, every 4 minutes on the minute. Gosh, I'm struggling with that. So every 4 minutes for a total of 5 sets, you're going through that complex. The goal is to finish in under 2 minutes, each interval 2 minutes or less. If that ends up taking you longer, then scale some reps, whether that's a few less squats or a few less mountain climbers, or maybe for you, especially if running is just still not your jam, but you're trying, maybe that means just scaling the distance a little bit as well, right? So goal is consistent split times for all 5 of your intervals. When you're done with that, take it into an easy 200-meter jog to cool down, so the same distance you just ran. Turn around and try to use that to really slow down your breathing. And then you'll go through a flow of some movements that you've seen before. So we've got our forearm to instep with the rotation. So bring one foot up here. You can rotate. You can bring your forearm in, right? So those are your options. I like to take it right into little kneeling hamstring stretch. So sinking back into it, flexing the toe up towards you, holding for a count, and then back in. You can straighten out the back leg. You guys know the drill there. So looking to accumulate some time there. From there, you can also go into some lunge hip circles. So one foot's forward. Once you're into your flow again, just freestyle here, freestyle. So the forearm to instep, now that the kneeling hamstring stretch, throw in some hip circles, and then when you're done there, you can take it back into a little down dog calf march, right? So create your own little flow there at the end to cool yourself down, bring your heart rate back down, and have a great day. As always, be mindful of your surroundings. Try to go when during your off-peak hours or during in a less populated area, right? So you guys know the drill, and protect yourself, protect others. I will see you guys on Sunday.